この金でどうだ。
For today's video, I wanted to rank all the Yakuza business minigames, except for the ones in Infinite Wealth and Pirate Yakuza, since I've only just finished 7 and I'll get there eventually, so don't judge me. The criteria for a minigame to count as a business minigame is it must include some sort of occupation, must be optional and not only a part of the main story, and things like the batting center and gambling don't count. Although some might count those as an occupation, but for this list, they don't count. If I missed any, please let me know down in the comments. The tier system for this video is pretty simple. The last tier is Shimano, the worst, because literally everyone hates Shimano, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, now getting to the pretty bad, which is the tier pocket tissues. They have their purpose, I guess, but they're pretty useless, so this is like mid. Next is That's Rad, which are the really good ones, but not the best of the best, so these are the decent ones. And then the top tier, S tier, is Kiwami, which are the best of the best. Shimano tier, Majima Construction from Kiwami 2. After being absolutely harassed by Majima and Kiwami, I was looking forward to more Majima content in 2, but my boy got like 2 seconds of screen time, not including the weak-ass Majima DLC. But he did get his own minigame, Majima Construction. It's pretty much a clan creator minigame. It reminds me of those old Flash games, but personally, I found it very boring, and a weak attempt to somehow include Majima into the main game. It's not bad, but I would expect something different from a title such as Majima Construction. I was not expecting a clan creator where you pretty much fight people. What does that have to do with construction at all? Plus, the fighting isn't even fighting. You don't even get to control your character. Like I mentioned, it reminds me of one of those old Flash games where you just pick your characters and place down your army. And I didn't even try to even finish this one. I played it like once or twice and that's it. Cabaret management thingy from Yakuza 3. There are 2 types of people in this world. Either you love Yakuza 3 or you hate it. I personally enjoyed it, but I have a deep hatred for this hostess management thing. I just hate it from Yakuza 3 specifically. And out of all people to be a manager for a hostess club, they pick freaking Kiryu, who is running an orphanage in Okinawa. Why does this random man put Kiryu in charge of this task? I have no idea. Next, you have to look around for some hostesses. This is the easiest part. After this shit just gets even more tedious. You have to freaking dress up your hostess in whichever way you decide, and then walk around the club, walk around at snail pace to figure out what went wrong. The customer's needs are nearly impossible to guess, because you apparently have to have a degree in early 2000s Japanese hostess fashion. Either mix and match every single freaking combo, or just Google that shit like I did. This sucked. Fighter Maker from Yakuza 4. Once I unlocked Sodachi's dojo, I never returned. The dialogue is so slow and so boring, and it's not even real dialogue, it's just that shit they do when they don't have an actual voice actor speaking, so I just had to keep pressing X. And training and grinding your fighter sounds like fun, but most of it's just talking. There's barely any fighting going on. And I hate Sodachi, and I will not be elaborating any further. Clan Creator from Yakuza 6. This is pretty much the same thing as Majima Construction. Besides, there's no more dialogue option minigame thingy, and it moves a bit faster. But literally, this is the only way to make money in Yakuza 6. I just had to keep grinding it out, go back to Rise App and get more supplements, and just keep trying to grind it out because I had no other way to make money in Yakuza 6. So that's why it goes a bit higher than Majima Construction, but it still sucked. It got really boring fast, and there's not a lot to do because the missions kind of ran out after a while. Baseball team management from Yakuza 6. Before I get any harassment comments, I don't know shit about baseball. So pretty much after I unlocked this, I just dipped. I don't know how the baseball team works. I don't know how any of this works. So I just left. You maybe had a better experience than me, but I didn't even try with this one. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, now we're at pocket tissues. So it starts to get a bit better, but again, not anything too special. Cabaret hostess thingy from Yakuza 4. So imagine the Yakuza 3 cabaret minigame, but with Akiyama. So yes, it goes a tier higher. It does have a main story tie-in because you have to get Lily/Yasuko to number 1, but after a while you can choose if you want to keep playing. And yes, I kept playing because it has funky music and Akiyama. The outfit selection is a little less annoying, but you still have to walk around the club at freaking snail's pace, but still, it's better than the other one. And yes, there's Akiyama. Hunting from Yakuza 5. Don't ask me why Saijima's in this village, and why the village's biggest op is a bear, So Saejima learns how to hunt from this man who saved his life, and he teaches us the importance of killing and actually being grateful for the animal sacrifice. Pretty wholesome. And you get a blicky, so you get to shoot things. You set up traps, use bait, and prey. Honestly, it's not that bad, and you can sell off the animal's byproducts for money, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And by the end of it, you do get to fight a bear. So, pretty fun experience, but very random. House plus farm from Ishin. Yes, I did play Ishin Kiwami, and I know literally nobody else talks about it, but I will talk about it. So pretty much, not Kiryu and not Haruka live together, just like how in the other universe they do. But pretty much, not Haruka's in debt, and not Kiryu farms. So you can grow crops and you could cook them into different dishes. It's pretty much like cooking mama, and you could sell off the crops and the dishes for some money. It's not bad, but it got boring after a while. Plus, you don't make that much money, and Not Kiryu's house is pretty far from the main map, so I didn't really go here that often. But again, it wasn't too bad, but kind of unnecessary. The game could have gone without it, to be honest. Real estate management from Yakuza 0. Ah, yes, the infinite money glitch of Yakuza 0. It's not that fun though. Pretty much Kiryu just throws money at people and buys their properties. You have to pretty much buy up all of Kamurocho on foot, so that takes a long time. And also, every time you finish an area, like buying up all the properties, you fight the owner of that area, so you do get to kick some ass. But most of the time, it's just pointing and clicking as you sit in Kiryu's office collecting some money. It's pretty boring, but you make a lot of money. Spearfishing from Yakuza 6. Ah, yes, the beautiful setting of Onomichi. By beautiful, I mean there's literally nothing to do here, and you're surrounded by a shit ton of water. But pretty much the main thing you can do here is spearfishing. You get approached by some random old dude to fish for him. Although our protagonist has literally never went deep sea diving, and he's pretty old at this point, but you just do it. You shoot your targets with your spear gun, and you can even get treasure. At the end of each excursion, there's a boss fight. For example, a robotic octopus slash squid? Nothing too crazy, but a way to make money and explore the ocean since there's literally nothing to do in Onomichi. Now onto the that's rad tier. So things will only be going up from here, so stay tuned guys. Cabaret minigame thingy in Kiwami 2. Do you see an ongoing theme here? We keep doing this cabaret thingy in like almost every game. There's another one in Zero, and this is literally the exact copy as that, but I'll get more into that later. But this version is in Ultra HD in that new sweet, sweet Dragon engine. It also involves Easter eggs from Yakuza 0, such as the hostesses, and a cameo from Majima, which I did appreciate. It is very random again to put Kiryu in charge of another cabaret club, but this was not that bad, and I liked it as an extension from Yakuza 0. So pretty good, and better than whatever the hell we got in Yakuza 4 and 3. Idol Simulator from Yakuza 5. I'm part of the very small percentage of people that actually didn't hate Haruka's chapter in Yakuza 5. It made a lot of sense for her character, and eventually she does get to be a full-fledged idol, and you get to see that journey. I enjoyed it, because I've been fiending for a rhythm game since the Yakuza 0 Disco minigame, and this is the closest I'll be able to get. Not only do you practice the same 4 songs over and over again, you can do street battles with some different songs, so that's fun, and you get to compete on stage with the same 4 songs again. The street battles were interesting because you competed with some random ass kid in dancing, and it's not that bad because this banger plays. And honestly, I don't know why y'all hating, cause Haruka just trying to get her groove on. Taxi driving from Yakuza 5. This is Taichi Suzuki. No, he's not Kiryu, although he looks the exact same, and later is revealed to be Kiryu. Anyways, so he's a taxi driver now. I enjoyed this part because you get to race and do other taxi activities. Plus, the music is customizable, and you bet your bottom dollar I chose Get to the Top. Not only do you race, like I mentioned, you also get to do normal taxi activities like the taxi minigame where you actually have to drop off people to their location. It's not too bad, you just have to be careful of following the rules. It's kind of fun. I liked it. But after all that, there's these missions where it's just a talking sim. People just come to you with their random ass problems and you gotta answer the right one. I don't know, in many Yakuza games, there's always this like dialogue minigame. I don't know why they keep trying to sneak that shit in there, but the rest of it was pretty good. I enjoyed this. The cost of a swing from Yakuza 5, aka Shinada baseball game. So, like I mentioned, this is Shinada's baseball minigame type thingy. Pretty much, Homeboy gets challenged to baseball where he bases the ball. Like I told you guys, I know nothing about baseball besides you hit the ball with the bat. But I like this iteration because it's the least mind numbing one. Every Yakuza game tries to switch up the baseball maneuvers for some reason. This one I found the least challenging. It's pretty fun because you get to learn more about Shinada's past, and everyone loves Shinada. If you don't like Shinada, you're going to hell, so that's on you. Okay, now we're at the best of the best, the Kiwami tier. There's only two business minigames that deserve to be here. Cabaret Management from Yakuza 0. This is by far the best iteration of the cabaret minigame by far. This is the golden standard in my opinion. It matches the story perfectly. Since Majima is already running the Grand, he already has great experience as running a cabaret or whatever they call it. The riz this man has is unmatched. Long hair Majima is by far the most rizziest character in all of Yakuza history. He out-rizzes Akiyama. I'm so sorry, but he does. And when the night begins, you pretty much just have to send a girl to the right table. You also have to memorize these 4 cryptic ass hand signs to give them ice, cigarette, ashtray, towel. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But you have to memorize those. It's pretty fun. Plus, you're Sly Dog Majima, so it all fits so perfectly. The music is freaking perfect because it's in the 80s, so the ambiance and everything is just so freaking good. I love this shit. I played this all the way till the end. I unlocked every single hostess. I did everything, okay? I was hooked. Although Yakuza Zero's Cabaret Management is one of my favorites by far, there's one that comes just as close. I'm talking about Ichiban Confections from Like a Dragon. This is Kiryu's real estate management game, but on crack. Just like in Zero, some helpless fool comes to the protagonist and asks them to just take over their entire business. And yes, a chicken is involved again, so another nod to Zero. It's so addicting because the gameplay is so satisfying as well. Also, little Ichi runs. Look at this. Look at this little dude. He's so cute. Practically, you have to manage your businesses. You can upgrade them, buy more, and then you have to select certain people to manage those businesses. And then they have to meet certain requirements. It's the same shit from Zero again. It's similar because you get managers from story, but also it's different, okay? It's different because there's these press conference that Zero did not have where shit just goes haywire. So practically, you have to talk to these people. They ask you questions and then you answer with more people. You can also choose the chicken, but if you don't answer correctly, Ichiban has to apologize, and then sometimes he apologizes like this. I know I'm very poorly explaining this. It's because I have a brain of a numbskull. I don't know shit about business. Okay, but if we talking about Yakuza business, I know what I'm talking about. Because if this fat cat asks me a question, I'ma send the chicken, you know what I mean? Alright, that brings us to the end of this video. This was meant to be a very unserious attempt to rank these mini games, so please don't take it personally. These are all just my opinions.